Okay, y'all, I'm going to make chili, and I thought I would share with you how I do that. And to begin with, I'm going to show you everything that I put in it, and then I'll come back after the things are cut up and everything's prepared. I'll put it in the pot for you, and then I'll come back when it's ready and serve up a bowl. But for now, I'll just show you what I put in it. It's going to be a huge pot. There's 5 pounds of ground beef, and this is the 80/20 of that from Walmart. I boil my own beans. I don't buy the canned. So here's 2 bags of the Goya red kidney beans, and they're 16 ounces each. Here's a huge white onion, a green pepper, 2 28-ounce cans of petite diced tomatoes. I get the petite because nobody in my family likes to get a big chunk of tomato. Also, 3 cans of the 28-ounce crushed tomatoes. I'm going to put my garlic in it. I'm going to have to go to the store and get some more chili. So, this is what I have on hand. But, I thought I had some, but I don't. But chili powder. I always put a little Splenda because it cuts the acid. Gives it just that slight sweet taste, depending on how much you put. This is onion powder and adobo. So this is what's going to go in. I'll get it all prepared. I'll get the hamburger cooking, the vegetables chopped up. I'll get the beans ready, and then I'll be back. Bye-bye. Okay, y'all, I'm back with the next part of my chili video, and I'm going to put you down in the pot, and I've cooked the meat about 80%, and I've drained it. That doesn't seem to be a very good angle. This is a bigger pot, so maybe that's why than I'm usually using. But anyway, I hope that's good. Okay, I've cooked the meat about 80%, and then I put in the onions and green pepper that I cut up. I just put it all together on this plate. So dump all that in there. And you want to let it cook until the vegetables start to get a little tender, and you want to leave that last little bit of grease in the pan, not drain it afterwards, because you want to keep the flavors of the onion and green pepper that cooked off of, cooked off into the meat and the grease. You want to keep that. So it's going to take a minute to let that kind of saute a little bit, get a little bit soft and all that. And while that's cooking, I'm going to show you, if you can see in this pan, I have the kidney beans cooking. I just wash them, put them in the pot, cover them with water, check them from time to time, especially at the beginning, because they soak up that water and you want to add more water, and just let them cook until they're soft. And I didn't read the package, and I never really go by the package. I just go by when they're soft. So you can read the package if you want to, I'm not real good about measurements because all my life I've just, my mom was country cook and I'm a country cook, and country cooks a lot of times don't go by measurements. So, you just go by taste. So this is going to make a huge pot of chili. I don't know how big this pot is, but I have another one a little bit bigger. And I'm sure I'm going to have to break this down into 2 pots when I get ready to add the beans, because it's just, it's going to be too much for this one pot. And I make a lot at one time for one reason. My children are going to come over and eat, but still I'll have a lot left. So I freeze it in portions, and then when we decide we'd like to have chili for supper, I already have it made. And it's just really convenient for you as the cook. And you know, when stuff sits and the flavors get to mingle, it's better. So you just have a real good chili. So this still needs to cook a little bit more, but I like to add my spices to the meat before I add the tomato sauce or crushed tomatoes or whatever I'm going to have. So I'll go ahead and do that. This is adobo. You add whatever you like. I like strong flavors, as you know, so I add quite a bit. I'm going to add a little onion powder. Whoops. I'm glad I caught myself, or I would have had a whole bunch dumped in there. And you know, while this simmers, those flavors will tame down some. The chili powder, and like I said, when I get through with this part of filming, I'm going to have to run to the store and get more, because this is just not enough. I had used it the other day, and I thought I had almost a whole container, but apparently not. So this is still cooking. You can add a little cayenne pepper if you want to, but I'm not, because my husband really does not like hot flavors, and it might turn him against the whole pot of chili if I did that. Then I'm going to take my little container that has Splenda in it, and I'm going to put a little Splenda, because like I said, that helps with the acid in the tomatoes. So I'm going to mix that up. I don't use regular sugar because of my husband's diabetes. So it's getting there. And the last thing before I add the tomatoes, I'm going to add garlic with the oil. Lots of garlic. So, there, that should be enough. I'm going to give this one more stir, and then I'll add the tomato. So So I'm adding the diced tomato, the petite diced tomato. I'm adding 2. I'm going to stir that. And then the crushed tomato, I'm adding 3. I'm going to, I don't know if you can see in there, but there's still quite a bit in there. And I'm going to put just a little bit of water and transfer it from one can to another so I can get that last bit out, because that's pretty much. I don't put new water in every can. I just pour some water in one, slosh it around, pour that same water in the next can, and so forth. So, as you can see, you know, that was pretty much tomato. So I'm stirring it up. Gonna get it all good and blended. After a while, I'll taste it and see if I need to add some more of some particular flavor. But it's going to just simmer real low for at least a couple hours. And in the meantime, between now and the last video, or the last segment where I show you the finished chili, I'm going to go get more chili powder. And when the beans are done, I'll put them in and let it cook a while. And that should be it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you back shortly. Okay, I'm back for the final segment, and the chili's done. And I ran to the store and I got this 2.5 ounce thing of chili, and I put the chili powder, and I put all of that in there, and it turned out really good. As I told you, the pot looked like it was just going to be too full to put all the beans in. So what I did was, after my beans finished cooking, I poured them out to strain. Then I put some back in, and some of the chili in the pot that I had the beans in, and that made room to put the rest of the beans in this pot. And whoops, sorry about that. But I'm going to show you, this is what it looks like without the beans. It's nice and thick and real spicy and really good. And here are the beans where I've cooked them. They're probably 9/10 of the way done, but they're going to, they need to be in this chili a little while before it's served, just to get that flavor. You want to be sure and have your beans pretty much cooked when you put it in the chili, or they will absorb all your broth, and then it's not going to be very good. But this is the chili. I'm going to put some in a bowl for you anyway, just so you can see. I am going to let it cook just a little bit longer, but I do want you to see And here's my bowl. And this be so good with some cornbread or some crackers. But there it is. And if you decide to make it, I hope that you enjoy it. And like I've said I've tried to say in all my cooking recipes, make it your own. Put the amount of seasoning or whatever you want in your food. You don't always have to go by recipe. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great evening. Bye-bye.